Hi, this video is meant for people familiar with the game. It's a compendium of tricks and things that I do during my runs. All of the things listed are for Corvo. Most of them can be used for Emily as well. I won't be covering any Emily specific tricks, such as clipping. This video is more of a guideline and generally made for answering the most popular questions that I get on a daily basis. Let's get started. First trick that we have is a faster way to start a non-lethal ghost run. It involves this bottle right here. We want to pick it up, open and close the door so that Ramsey doesn't stall when he sees it, and climb all the way up here. We want to aim this just a little bit left of the carriage and hop on up here to safety. Then we want to wait until Ramsey reaches that point, give or take, depending a bit where the guards are. If the guards are very far away, you can knock Ramsey earlier, but it's a bit more risky. So you just knock him out and loot him, and this makes it so that you don't have to wait for the entire conversation, and it's really helpful. So the next thing that we have is a bottle skip, the most requested and most asked question so far by most. So first of all, we're going to see what the normal animation looks like. This is what we'll be skipping. We don't want to see this. You can't skip this manually. You need to take damage from an outside source, whether it be a bottle or a guard. Guard manipulation is possible, really risky, really stupid, and guards are really dumb in this game. So we prefer to take this bottle into the corner, crouch, aim up, give or take here. It's a bit bitchy to see the proper spot because it's a white background, but it's just above that border. So we come here with the bottle, we go down, crouch, aim up, and release, interact with the door, and voila, it's done. No animation, we can continue. Great. So I was lying before. This is the most requested thing. Joggo Chomp, Dunwall Tower Skip, whatever you may prefer. Everybody has a bit of a own way of doing it, but this is how I do mine. The point here is to jump on this corner, get a rolling animation, and jump as soon as you see that your character falls. Press A, as in the left bind, default left bind, hug the wall and land on an invisible platform. Like this. You jump. As soon as you see that your character falls, you land on this invisible platform. There's actually two of them. You can get on a higher platform or a lower platform. It doesn't matter which one you take. The higher one is a bit faster, but I mean, if you get it, you're in the you're in the gold already. So here we go. We jump. I pop the health potion there because why not? And the upper platform is give or take there. And then you just simply shift and jump and you're done. I forgot to show the bunny hopping method here. You just simply slide down and try to time your bunny hops. But it's a bit hard and I'm really bad at it. This is the alternative method that some of you might remember. The trick is to jump on this corner, turn 180 degrees, and just roll down. There's nothing about it. You just jump on here, turn, and no need to move, no need to press any keys after that. It's done. And if you can't get Joggo Jump down because it's terribly stupidly hard at times, and a lot of people have problems with it, this is the next best way to do it. Or like this loses you the least amount of time after Joggo Jump, so this is what you'll be most likely using. And there we go. That's the stupid corner that wastes hours of our lives. Next up, we have the escalator. It's simply hold forward, press space, depending if you have double jump or not. I'm doing it really slowly here, just to show you there's nothing hard about it. You just double jump or jump, and if you can do that faster, that's good. If you equip Blink, as soon as you grab a ledge, it's not that this ledge only, it's every ledge. If you just equip Blink or Far Reach, you will skip the climbing animation, which saves you just a bit of time and you can do that nicely. Next up we have something that we like to call save scumming. It's simply you save somewhere that you want to load into as soon as you've checked something. In this case we have the safe that we want to check into. We need the code though. It would be really slow to go back and forth. So we just kill Hamilton here, or Visco, whatever, sorry, in Hamilton. Check the code, reload, we do the quick load arena, and we have the code now in our head, or in my case, my phone. I type it there, and we can just enter it here. Really simple. Continuing on the trend of easy tricks, we have this one. It's just cancelling falling damage. Really simple, just hug the wall. Really easy, just hug the wall. Nothing hard about that. You can do it way smoother than I just did it there. Next up is just something a bit interesting that a lot of people might not know. So when you're coming to this section here on the next mission, you might notice that the train doesn't always arrive. It has a sort of trigger point. You need to go on this, just on top of that thing, if you want to activate it from here. This is really important to know if you're doing like AC and you want to trigger this before, you know, getting this collectible, so that the train is actually there and you don't need to wait till then. You know, this is useful information. Right after this section, we have another example of save scumming. Creating a quick save here. This is really useful for, well, NLG. No Powers NLG uses this because you don't need to sneak around. You just check the code up here. I'm like, oh, hey, we have this. Then I'm gonna, you know, type it down on my phone because I can't remember 3 fucking numbers. I'm a retard, I know, I'm sorry. And quick load here, and you're all set. Really easy. Really, really helpful. So this next trick is a out of bounds inside the mansion. It was just discovered like a day or 2 ago. With Corvo, you just simply blink up here, you get into this corner, you lean left, and you try to get your mouse into this weird position. You can see it. You like leap. You're like in this. My character isn't actually there. It's leaning on this corner, and then you blink and just hold forward. You can just hold forward and like A in this case, and try to nudge yourself, you know, from the corner so that it pushes you. I blinked. I don't know if that was just pure luck that it happened to push me there. I'm not that familiar with the out-of-bound mechanics. The cool thing about this is we can make our way to Jindosh and actually kill him, so that we don't need to do the NLG method of eliminating him if we want to do NLG Jindosh. This is cool. So down here is the elevator. You can hear him calling the elevator right there, and he's gonna come up, and we're gonna cut the ropes. We're gonna cut the rope, and he's gonna fall down, have a little accident, and it's not gonna spoil the NLG. It's not gonna give you a mark that you killed him, because it's technically an accident, I guess. This works in 1.3 and 1.4 patches at least. This might be fixed in the future, I don't know. Right now it works. He dies, you get the target assassinated, and I'm going to show you the ending screen, or the stat screen, to show that it doesn't give you a kill. And it's in the ending screen as well. It's NLG proof. So this is how you want to move on from this place.
This must be Jindosh's lab.
We need to go and find Sokolov, and apparently this is the best way currently to get to him. Unfortunately, I can't replicate how people get inside this assessment chamber, but I'm going to show you where they do it anyway. So it's the same sort of principle. You lean now to right, and when your mouse is like that or camera is like that, then you just go into the corner and you bounce right back in. There's some sort of black magic there. I don't know exactly how it works, but this is the place where people do it from, so I decided to show it to you, even though I can't personally do it. This next thing, though, is something I can do. It's how to get into Anton Sokolov's chamber in 2 blinks. Head up here, crouch, blink down, blink up. Really easy. You have plenty of time to do that. A little practice, it's automatic. You can also escape from here with a single blink, and it's as easy as just waiting until the platform heads almost all the way up, and then taking a step forward and blinking. This next thing isn't really a trick, it's more of information that people might not know about. So if you visit this black market shop in Cockwork, after rescuing Sokolov, you won't actually see these people. You won't have to fight the Howlers. So that's very nice. Moving on to Conservatory. This is a NP, NLG specific trick. It's called Sykes Balcony Jump or whatever, and it's really super dumb. Super hard. But it's awesome at the same time. So the point of this jump is to make it all the way to that big copper tube, whatever. I have agility here. You wouldn't have agility normally. Trying my best to simulate not having agility, but it's definitely doable. So this is actually a major thing. It's not only this shrine, but all the shrines in normal or collectibles. If you're in combat while you interact with the Shrine of an Outsider, you don't get the cutscene. Hooray! Shoutouts to Sungsei for coming up with this. You crouch, you hit it, you go forward, you rotate, and go back. Saves you a bunch of time. So some people have asked about this nade. On No Powers NLG, I throw this nade to distract the guards. I found that it's the fastest way to actually get rid of them. Here I'm just showing how the guards react. Sometimes they don't go there instantly, it's super bothersome. Sometimes they go back to this upper area where the red guard actually was. So I was lying again before when I said the most asked thing was X. It's actually this. Chindosh Riddle. How to do it. Step 1. Press this one 3 times. The third one 3 times. All of the names are unique now. Then you open the riddle, and I'm going to show you the solution. So what are we looking at? We're looking at a color-coded map of the riddle. These are the pairs. These are always going to be the same. The sentence structure is going to be a bit different. Not every time, but you know, because the names switch places, which means the sentences are going to be, you know, they're going to be a bit different. But the way that I do this is in 2 parts. Because I'm dumb. You can do this in 1 if you have good brain. I do it purple name, purple item. Blue name, blue item. In this case it would be Marcola, Bird, Conti, War Medal. I would input those. Then I would go from yellow name to yellow item. Green name, green item. The green item is always the second one in the last row. There's Snufftin, Diamond, Ring, and Bird. So there's 4 heirlooms, and it's always the second one. For me, that's really easy to remember. Yellow name, yellow item, green name, green item. So Finch, Snuff, Nazio, Diamond. And then I just flick the last one. In this case, it would be Winslow. Flick it until it's ready, and done. That's how I do it personally. If you remember all 4, great. I can't do it myself. So let's see on video how I do it. So here you can see I'm pointing out Winslow and Diamond, Marcola and Snuffton, like I said. And I'm going to go and input. The names are always going to be on the same place, but the heirlooms are going to be a different one. So I know Winslow is the last one, Marcola is the first one. Finch, Ring, Conti, War Medal. So go Conti, War Medal, Finch, Ring, and then Nazio. I didn't touch Nazio, it happened to be Bird, and that was the last one remaining, so
now to find Aramis.
that was good. I was lucky. And that's it. It's that simple. Just print that thing out, write it down, do whatever you need to do with it, but just memorize it and you're golden. Speaking of memorization, this code on this save is always the same. 2, 3, 8. If you happen to forget it though, you don't need to switch times. You can just use your timepiece to check the thing on the ground, and you can see it's 2, 3, 8. It's always going to be the same. Even I remember this, so you can do this very easily. Now for a bit of a trickier thing, we're going to do this puzzle that gives us a rune without the gear piece. So what you want to do is approach this really carefully, not like I did. Press space and after that just mash jump and forward, and you will land up here. I will do this a few more times to show you that you can do it from movements, you can do it from different positions. It's just kinda random at times. You can't do it from that far away, obviously, but just do it a few times and you'll be in the clear. Another thing I get asked is, why don't we need to do this puzzle? Well, it's because we sleep dot Stilton. If you sleep dot Stilton, or if you kill Stilton, he can't attend the seance, which makes it so apparently nobody else knows the code, and they can't, you know, pickpocket him or look at his book or whatever, and they just have to destroy the thing, break in, and in the future, that code is not going to be there anymore. So what we do here is we just go in, sleep dot Stilton, we go out, and all's fine. The reason why you want to sleep dot Stilton instead of killing him is for two reasons. NLG, you do it always like that in NLG anyway, and even with any %, it opens up a faster route on Dust District when you go back after this cracking the slab sequence, and you know, who doesn't like speed? That's what we're here for, right? So here you can see, instead of the code, we have these two planks just here. We can destroy them easily. I can use my thing to see the, hey, there's a thing in the past, but not there anymore. Now for my personal favorite thing of the run, breaking the bloody mirrors. So why in the actual name of the fuck do you actually do this? I get asked quite a lot. It has nothing to do with RNG. It has nothing to do with anything. And also more exciting than any orgy I've ever attended. The only good thing you can do here doing this is you can either go and get a bone chomp if you're doing AC, or you can go and open that door because you have plenty of time. So it's just the meme, just a thing that I do on stream, nothing else. Getting to the end here soon. So there's an escalator here. I'm going to do it really, really slowly, just to show you guys that it's like the first mission one. You can just double jump if you want. It's never going to drop you, and that's how you get past this electrical fence, or you can also die to it. The old way of going around these walls here would have been up there, but Mr. Cooldim has found a neat way. Maybe somebody else has done this as well, but this is where I saw it from. You just run right here. Yeah, they don't hear you. I mean, fucking dogs. I thought they had actually a good hearing. So here, right after that door, just before the gates, you can find this little pillar. You can just do an elevator on it, just press W, face the corner, you can jump right here. I do this on no powers, and if I have really low mana and I don't want to take the mana potion or whatever, I can do this also with, you know, with any run basically. And here, if you have mana, you would just blink over, right? But if you're doing a no power run, you would want to go up here, and here's an escalator and a nasty fence. Trying out these locations on your own is really easy and really fast. And I mean, it's a slope. You just jump on it. It's as simple as that. Coming up to the elevator, positioning here is really important. You want to tuck yourself away into this corner, like so. Like, make sure you're right there. Just double jump the slightest S tap that you saw there, and then aim up. I'm going to do this a few more times. In the corner, slightest S tap, look up. If you fuck up the S tap, this is something you just have to practice and see why is the tap for you. If you fuck it up, it's really easy to mess it. I'm showing the range of motions here. It's really easy to mess up the positioning. Then you can do, well, hopefully something smarter than this. When you reach the door and the loading screen is done, just press W and you'll move forward and activate the hard cutscene. That just saves you a brief moment. So the last trick here is just a slow fall. Really nice way of finishing the game if you're doing a analogy run. That wraps it up. If you have any more questions about any other tricks that I didn't cover or any future things, just leave a comment. I love answering them. And yeah, hopefully this answered a lot of the questions and I can just link this to people and you'll all be happy. Thank you.